When I cross my legs like a woman and I crush my nuts tonight. Anyways, speaking of bad things happening, I honestly don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I do, but I don't, but I do, if you get my meaning. Because it's kind of a tricky situation. It is. You know what's right, but how do you actually get out of it? And I'm referring to the whole WWE, Saudi Arabia hoopla that's going on right now. Now, for those who don't know, apparently the Saudi government, I don't know, Prince Abu blah 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 blue blue, whatever the fuck his name is, or whoever it was, I guess they sent out a hit mob or some shit after outspoken journalists against the regime. And they basically not only killed him, but then like dismembered him and shit. And there's like videos and like they were vocal about killing this guy. Now, the same people who did this, the regime, are the same people who were seen shaking hands with Vince McMahon, giving him millions and millions and millions of dollars to send the WWE product over to Saudi Arabia. Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret there, Vince. That don't look very family friendly, if you catch my drift. Okay. Stephanie's always, what are those smiles on people's faces? Yeah, shake hands with a bunch of fucking murdering terrorist thugs. Yeah, that puts a smile on my face. Holy fuck. Just gonna say that does not look like a very good, shall we say, wholesome image. You know, I've taken blood money from a bunch of sons of bitches who basically murder outspoken press who, don't like the bullshit that they're doing. And what's sad, and they already know this, okay, and it's disgusting in a way, because most of the people at WWE are staunch conservatives. Which, you could fuck your politics. They know for a fact that Saudi Arabia is using their product as propaganda. It's a fact. They know it as a fact. Because the Saudi government is bringing in, it's spending millions and millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars, to bring in things like WWE so that the people can see this and they can, the government can paint this picture of, oh, look, we're so progressive and we're moving into the, into the new century and we're not so backwater and the way, of course they won't let the women wrestle there. know, but hey, small steps. Like Triple H said, you're not gonna change the country overnight. Like WWE thinks they're going and they're gonna change Saudi Arabia's mind. Give me a fucking break. They don't give two shits about that. They only care about the damn paycheck. Now, here's where the problem is. November 2nd, which is like, what, 3 weeks away? A little less than 3 weeks away. They are supposed to have, quote unquote, the crown jewel pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Okay, this is their second one. Basically what happened was Vince McMahon signed a 10-year deal with the Saudi government, to bring the product over there. Well, this whole situation happened. No, we had one, what was it, back in June, July, whatever it was. It wasn't that long after WrestleMania. Now, we can debate whether these shows are completely ruining WrestleMania, the mystique of WrestleMania, because I'll be honest, WrestleMania doesn't feel as important anymore. It's just not. They had a super show not that long ago, which is basically a glorified house show, but hell, it was better than WrestleMania this year, I'll tell you that much. They had, whatever it was. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that stuff. But essentially what happened was you had this really horrible thing. Now, I guess there's this huge backlash on social media where people saying, boycott the freaking Crown Jewel pay-per-view and cancel the pay-per-view. And now, I don't know what they really can do. Because, I mean, let's just be honest. If, for example, the Saudi government can and get away with and actually do openly what they did to this journalist, like dismember the fuck out of him, like chop parts off and stuff, and kill him for being outspoken of the regime, if they can get away with that, what's to stop them from, oh, I don't know, doing the same thing to, like, oh, let's say a Finn Balor, who's openly vocal about gays in support of, what's to stop them from killing him? They go over there. Next time they go over there. What's to stop that? Seriously, what's to stop that? Now, you would assume it wouldn't happen. You would assume there would be some sort of protections and shit. But if they can do that to their own people, you're telling me they're going to give two shits about some wrestler that they don't even care about, but again, are using simply for propaganda? You think, I mean, shit, imagine that kind of propaganda. Oh, this guy is supporting gay people, and they've got the little gay shirt with their little rainbows on it and shit. Let's fucking let's kill him in the next pay-per-view. I mean, seriously. A bunch of people jump the fence, fucking knife him. Who the fuck knows? You know what kind of bullshit they're doing? You have no fucking clue. Now, I'm being a little out there, but again, they're killing their own people. What are they going to do to a bunch of foreigners? Now, Finn isn't technically American. He's, you know, whatever, but you get my point. And it's like, I don't know, man. That's if I was a talent, I wouldn't want to go over there. I was worried about the talent the first time they went over there a couple months ago, and now you got this bullshit going on. Now I know they go different places and stuff, but like I don't know what the like they must have to work out some sort of deal for like personal safety and shit in some of these countries, because it's like I don't know, man. You're talking about bringing, I don't want to say American culture, because WWE is kind of a gross misrepresentation of American culture, and it's borderline racist in a lot of ways, because like they'll have the Mexican wrestler with a big sombrero, you know, it's just they go over the top with the visuals, like, oh, he's a Mexican, so he's got to be carrying tacos, or, you know, stupid shit like that, which is it's racist and it's stereotypical and it's bullshit, you know. So, and again, I have nothing wrong with that, because you're essentially doing a parody of something. You exacerbate the silliness of it. So again, you got a Mexican, he's got a taco, he's got a sombrero, you know, he's got a little fucking mustache, whatever. You know, you do what you got to do to make it happen. And people see it, they recognize it stereotypically, and they're like, oh, ha, ha, ha. You know, the typical fat American, oh, ha, 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 cheeseburger in his hand, ha, 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 Cheeto fingers, you know, whatever. You get the point. You know, like, oh, he's an Irishman, he's always drunk, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, you get those type of things. But I don't know if the Saudi people get that. I don't know if they understand that. The type of culture that they come from, where if you're gay, they basically kill you in the street. I don't know if they understand that. So if they see the parody, do they have the wherewithal to understand that it's a parody, a stereotypical parody? Again, I don't know. I have no idea. And then you got the Saudi government who can just do whatever the fuck they want to do. Again, dude, if I was the fucking talent at WWE, I would not want to go there. Forget the whole, gee, I don't want to be associated with murderers who kill people openly like that. Just for my own personal safety, I wouldn't want to go over there. I wouldn't. It's crazy. So, again, I don't... Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to see the pay-per-view. I do. Now, are there options? Like, could they back out of the deal? I don't know. It's a 10-year deal. I don't think they can back out legally. I have no idea, unless they had some clause in there, like, you know... Because they must have had some clause in there. But I don't know. They give the money back. What do they do? Because seriously, if any one of the wrestlers become outspoken, and I know a couple of the women have been outspoken, Sasha Banks possibly, and a few others, who are a little bit pissed that they can't go over there and perform in front of people, and pissed that they won't. They literally, the regime will not let women wrestle. Now, I think it was what, Turkey or whatever. They would, but they couldn't wear like two piece. They had to wear like this gear. It was really weird because like we're not used to that kind of stuff. Like they couldn't have the midriffs and stuff. Like sometimes they wore the top and the bottom. It couldn't be like risque. It had to be, But at least they let them wrestle. They let them do their thing. They let them perform. And you can understand it because there's cultural differences, and you don't want some little hot blonde with their little titties hanging out. I can get that. I can understand that. But this is different because this is more like women ain't allowed to do shit. Like I don't know if they were even allowed into the country, to be honest with you. Much less performing. So like the women didn't show up at all the last time. And now you got something like that? Now, I don't know, man. It's just Vince has got to really think about what he's got to do because their stock is fucking, I don't want to say crashed, but it's gone down. I think it was close to 100. I think it was like $96, I think it was. And it's down to like 80 something, 87 maybe, 86. Might be down more by now. So they've lost stock money. Dude, they've lost like billions of dollars. Okay, over this. And if their like advertisers start pulling out, what are they going to do? WWE cannot be associated with that kind of thing. And what are they doing in 3 weeks? They're going over there and being associated with that kind of thing. They are promoting that. And the Saudi government will again use it as propaganda. And they know. And I'm telling you right now, it irritates me as a fan that they don't. None of them give a fuck about the product. None of them even Vince doesn't seem to give a fuck about his company anymore. He really doesn't. As long as he's making money from the Saudis, he doesn't give a flying fuck. Now, I think somewhere deep down inside, he gives a shit about the company to the point where he doesn't want to give the company a black eye. But what's he going to do? Millions of dollars or be associated with murderous thugs? I don't know, man. Time will tell, but I'm hoping they do the right thing. But again, what is the right thing? I really have no idea what that is. Do they wait a year? Instead of maybe putting on 2 programs, maybe they put on 4 next year? Let it all die down? I don't know what they do. I almost feel like they have to do this crown jewel bullshit. Because, one, it's not fair to like everybody involved. Because there are people who bought tickets. I'm wanting to see it. I'm going to be watching it on the network, obviously. So I sure as fuck I can go into Saudi Arabia ever. I can tell you right now, I ain't going there ever again. Okay, whatever. But again, what do they do? I don't know what the. Now I'm hoping they have some sort of clause in there, because there are political tensions, and I hope they were smart enough. Their lawyers were smart enough to say, if something happens, And of course we had our old buddy Donald Trump go over there, all buddy with the Saudis not that long ago. Nobody wants to talk about that. Again, this is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Now, they want to put smiles on people's faces. I'm sorry. Watching Vince McMahon shake hands with a fucking murderer is not something I want to put a smile on my face for. I don't know. I really don't know. And the whole situation is fucked up. There's just no getting around it. There's no nice way to say that. The whole situation is completely fucked up. You can't paint a good picture with this. You just can't. Because it isn't one of those, like, he said, she said, like, oh, they're suspected. No, they literally came out and they're like, yeah, fuck it, we killed this guy, fuck him. Here's his finger. I mean, it was that fucked up. It was literally that insane. Like, there's video of it and shit. And the people in charge are the same people who did it, who are now hobnobbing with WWE to use them as propaganda. And Vince knows they're using his product, his company, as propaganda. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like the money outweighs the fact that, okay, I want to believe that deep down inside, Vince, yes, he is senile as fuck right now. He has gone off the fucking deep end. He has ruined his product to the point. Now, I don't know how much of it's him versus Steph, because Stephanie wants to run around, oh, the PG era bullshit, the cupcake era bullshit. And I'm not saying you got to bring back live sex and all that other bullshit back in the day. But, like, you can have NXT, you can actually have a decent fucking product that people actually want to see versus the garbage they give us on Monday Night fucking Raw. Okay, you can do it right, or you can do it stupid. And Raw, under Vince and Stephanie, does it stupid to the point people stop watching it. This is a fucking product that used to do 7s and 8s in the ratings. Last week they were under 2. Lowest rated ever, I think, or lowest rated in like a decade or some. It was some, like, whatever. It was like a 1 point something or other, which is pathetic. That is absolutely fucking pathetic. Now, they're going to blame, oh, it's basketball and football and baseball and bowling and whatever the fuck else is going on Monday night. It's absolute bullshit. The product is garbage. It is straight garbage. I'm to the point I don't even watch it anymore. I have been watching for at least 25 years. My grandfather got me into it. I mean, I'm talking WrestleMania 8, Hogan and Warrior. I go way the fuck back. I have been watching faithfully because I'm just a loser. I admit that. It's getting to the point where I don't even care. The only reason I watch it at all is because maybe I had nothing to do. And I go to Hulu. Like, I don't watch it live anymore. I stopped watching it live. I do not watch it on TV. But I might pick up the Hulu. And again, the Hulu's sitting right there. So it's like, even then I don't watch it sometimes. I haven't watched SmackDown and shit since SummerSlam. That was back in August. So September, part of October, part of, August. I mean, it's probably, a month and a half, give or take. I haven't watched it. You're talking like 6 episodes? Although I've been meaning to go back and watch some of them. I haven't. No desire to watch it. The product that they put on their TV is straight shit. Straight garbage. SmackDown is a little bit better. That's why I'm a little disappointed that I haven't gone back and watched the SmackDown stuff. Because, again, that is a little bit better than the Raw stuff. The Raw stuff is just, like, some of the worst TV I've ever seen. It's just boring as fuck. It's the same thing. Literally, you watch the same match. They have been putting on the same match for about a month and a half now. Every week, it's the same thing. This one versus that one. And then I'll mix it up. Well, this one's buddies with that one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and that one. And, there's 3 women here, so you'll go do these 2, and then you'll do that one. They mix and match, but it's the same fucking shit. It's not even... it's like, they're in the same segment sometimes. The same people in the same time slot every week. It's the same bullshit. I don't know, man. I don't know. And they bring out D-Generation X. Yeah, those guys look older than dirt. I'm sorry. I love HBK. The guy looks older than dirt. Okay. Triple H is really starting to show his age. And I really want to see them with glow sticks doing crotch chops. They're both 50 years old, okay? The D-Generation X concept is kind of over. Simply because they're old. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just like, they're going to be doing their little antics. Ooh, what are 50-year-old men going to be doing that's so, against the trend? They're going to buck the system. I mean, seriously? Vince is like 102 years old. They're 50-something. And it's like, yeah, it was cute when they were younger, Like, oh, they're gonna spray paint the letters DX on Vince's uh, limo there, or whatever it was, or jet, or whatever the fuck it was, his plane, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, that's cute. What are you gonna see? 60-year-old men on ladders going DX with a spray can? Are you serious? I just it. And don't get me wrong. I want to see them. I want to see Sean come back out of retirement. But the fact he's coming out of retirement in a Saudi fucking Arabia mass murder bullshit. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? No. The man's born again Christian, first off. He's coming out of retirement in the sport that that he's a part of. And he's going over to this evil, wicked country. He's coming out of retirement for them because of all the money. He's not doing it here. He's not doing it somewhere else. He's coming out of retirement there. Okay, do you understand that? Do you get that? That irritates me. That irritates me. Now, the Saudis wanted to do something. They'd bring Sting back, but whatever. You know. Like, there was talk they wanted to have Rock be champion. Like, they're dictating what's going on. Because of all the millions of dollars and shit. It's insane. Absolutely insane that Vince is just like, yeah, grab me by the balls and lead me around and give me a couple million. Fuck my product. Fuck the way it looks. Fuck the family value bullshit that we've established because, you know, I mean, let's be honest. Back in the day when they were catering to 18-year-old males, 18 to 35-year-old males, now I understand. Yeah, you can't always do that. But they wanted to open it up. And like, oh, we're going to get the grandparents involved. We're going to get the little kids involved. And oh, we're going to make it a little kid product. Okay, fine. You can do that, but still make a good technical wrestling program that people like me want to see. And actually give a fuck about your talent. Because right now they're buying up like every talent that's of any note. And what are they doing with them? Nothing. They're just buying them and basically paying them not to perform for other people. That's what they're doing. You got guys like Bobby Roode. They have... Oh my god. No, I'm sorry. This irritates me. This irritates me to no fucking end. If somebody like Bobby Roode can make it in TNA, for fuck's sake, can make it in TNA, be big in TNA, come over, go to NXT, which I still can't believe NXT is part of the umbrella of WWE, because it's like, what the fuck is this shit? The fact that a guy like that, not just him, but everybody else, can make it in the Indies, can make it TNA, can make it on NXT, but the minute they come to Raw, oh well, he's just not cut out for Raw. Maybe it's because Raw is fucking bullshit. They'd rather have fucking 7 segments of Roman fucking Reigns, who is boring as shit. I'm sorry, the guy has no charisma at all. He is boring. He's garbage, basically. And they want to propagate his bullshit because he's the guy. He's the guy. Oh, he's the guy. He's the guy. Bullshit. He ain't the guy. You know who the guy is? Seth Rollins. You know who the guy is? Drew McIntyre. You know who the guy is? Everybody else. You could lead that company with anybody else, and it would work. Now, I will say Reigns has gotten slightly better in the last few months. But up until that, his character was a charisma vacuum. Now, I won't say he's as bad as Bobby Trashley. Trashley was just fucking... Well, he's trash. The guy is just garbage. He is. I don't know if it's because of creation, the creative aspect of it, or what, but since he's come back, he has been absolutely abysmal. Well, first his in-ring stuff was just garbage at first. He damn near killed a couple people doing that stupid, whatever the fuck move it was. He damn near dropped them on their head. Okay, let's not talk about all that. He's horrible on the mic. Thankfully, they found somebody who can work the mic. He's got like another guy who can speak, almost like Paul Heyman does with Brock Lesnar. Although Brock Lesnar can work the mic too. I don't understand why everybody says, oh, Lesnar's not that good on the mic. Lesnar's actually very good on the mic. He's not the best, obviously, but you know, he speaks, you listen, kind of a deal. It's Brock fucking Lesnar. What the hell? But yeah, Bobby Trashley definitely needs somebody to do mic skill for him, which is fine. It's fine, and he is much better now that Leo Rush is there with him. But whatever, that's a whole other story. He has gotten better. Still don't know if I care. None of the fans, he comes out, none of the fans give a fuck. And that's creative. A lot of that is creative. Because he did the same thing with Sasha Banks. And don't even get me started with this women's evolution bullshit. Don't even fucking get me started with that crap. Women's evolution. Absolute fucking bullshit. All the women who are involved right now, with the exception of maybe Trish and Lita, have no business in if, because again, they weren't allowed to go over to Saudi fuck Arabia, so WWE threw them a bone and said, "Oh, we're going to give you your own women, first time ever bullshit. We're going to give you all women pay-per-view." Which, okay, that's great in and of itself. They have some legitimate good talent there. Ruby Riot's a great talent. Ember Moon, great talent. Charlotte Flair is great. Bayley, great. Sasha, great. But who do they have on the card so far? Who's on the card so far? You got Nikki Bella, who I'm not going to trash completely. But I got bad news for you, WWE. When the fans were calling for a revolution, they were calling for, you know, the women to have a chance on social media, and they had the hashtags and all that bullshit. Part of it was because of the Bellas, and not in the good way. Not like, oh, we really want to see more of the Bellas. No, we wanted to see less of the Bellas, more of Sasha Banks and Bayley and Charlotte and Becky and those women who are actually fucking good. Who are actually really good. We wanted to see that. The NXT is where it came from. We wanted to see that. Bring that to the main roster. Oh, they brought the women to the main roster, and you know what they did? They fucking ruined every one of them. I don't give a shit about Charlotte anymore. Becky has come around. Although she went for at least 2 years where nobody gave a fuck about her. She was just kind of just off in the distance somewhere. Bayley, I don't even know what the fuck they did with her. And Sasha, they don't even use anymore. It's like, what the fuck are they doing with these women? What are they doing with these women? These are the women we wanted to see because they were actually very good. Do we want to see, oh, I don't know, Brie Bella, Botch Bella? No, we do not want to see the Botch twins. No. No. Do you want to see Alicia fucking Fox? Absolutely not. Although she does look better with the blonde hair, and I don't like blonde women, but she looks much better with the blonde hair. But do we want to see more of her? No. That group, the quote unquote the ex-divas, were kind of the reason people were shitting all over the women's division, and then we see this really great stuff happening in NXT where they were actually wrestling and actually put on better shows in some cases than the men. It was fucking phenomenal. Great quality stuff. We want to see that. And what did they do? Oh, we'll take all those women, we'll bring them to the main roster, and then you know what we'll do? We'll give them main roster creative, and we'll fucking ruin them. We'll completely ruin them. I don't understand how you got somebody like Sasha Banks, and she is not headlining main events every week on Raw. But no, you want to give me Roman fucking Reigns and the fucking bitch-ass Shield, because the fucking reason the Shield is back together is because bitch-ass Reigns can't handle it on his own, and the only time Roman ever got cheered is when he was in the Shield. So let's ruin Ambrose, let's ruin Rollins, and we'll put them together, and we'll reform the Shield because Roman Reigns can't handle it on his own. But nobody wants to say that. Seriously, Dean Ambrose came back after an injury. He got a huge pop. Rollins has been going ham for the past year. He was the main event for like the past year. Just good performances, just everything was great. What do they do? They take both of those guys, put them on the fucking back burner just to prop up this loser. And he is. Roman Reigns is a loser. The concept is a loser. I'm not trashing the guy per se. Joseph, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not trashing him per se because a lot of it's creative. The creative fucking suck. Now, you don't have to turn Roman Reigns heel, but you can make him, I don't know, actually, I don't know, maybe react to the booing. Maybe, I mean, seriously, if he's standing in the ring and the entire audience is booing him the fuck out of the building, simple thing like make him laugh. Have him laugh at it, have him laugh at it, have him acknowledge it. But to actually have him not acknowledge any of that, but to sit there and then cut the same fucking canned promo bullshit that they've been feeding him for the past 4 or 5 years. Oh, I'm here and I'm gonna fight and be a fighting champion. The guy hasn't had a title defense since he won the fucking thing. So this idea, Lesnar is a part timer and I'm gonna defend it every week. He ain't defended shit. He's been jerking off with the Shield for the past 3 months, whatever it's been. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. There are ways you can make Roman Reigns likable, and they refuse to do it. And again, you don't even have to turn him heel. You could give him maybe a few heel-like qualities where he's going against the people who are going against him, but no, they don't even want to do that. It's like they don't even acknowledge the people who are booing. He's just out there and he's like, he says the same mundane, monotone bullshit, canned promos every week, every fucking week. If you gave the guy some fucking personality and let him play with the crowd and play with the people who are booing him, because the people who love him, you know what? They will love him. If he came out and started giving back to the fans a little bit, giving it back to them who are booing him, like, oh, you gonna boo me? Acknowledge it, work with it, play it up. I guarantee you the people who love him would just be like, oh, finally he's standing up for himself. Because right now he looks like a gutless wonder. People are booing him and he's like, oh, I'm gonna come out and be most fightingest champion ever. Believe that. That's not a promo. That's like taking a Dr. Seuss book and shoving it up your fucking ass. I don't ever want anything to do with that. No, nothing. Again, there's ways you can make him likable. They have not made Roman Reigns likable. And most of the people who like him are women because he's an attractive man. That's it. A lot of these fat housewives who think, oh yeah, a guy that looks like that would love me. Those type of women. And of course, then you got the little squirrely, scrawny guys who love him because Roman Reigns is great, guys. He's really the best wrestler in the universe, man. You know what I think of that? That's what I say to them. Those little petite guys. Now I understand kids don't know any better. Like, oh my god, John Cena's really great. I want to wear his overly bright colored t-shirt, yay! And put the little headband on and a little whatever those things? They're like headbands for your arms. Whatever those things are, armbands, whatever the fuck they are. I mean, that dude's got armbands. He's got wristbands. I'm surprised he don't have shankers. I'm surprised he don't have like a pink plastic dildo to shove up the kid's ass. I don't know what the fuck's going on. That guy is like a merchandise whore. I'm surprised he don't sell like jorts and shit. I mean, seriously, John Cena style jorts. In shoes and shit. I'm sorry, honest to God, he's got the t-shirts, the armband, the wristband, the dick band, the fuck band, the ass band, the whole band, every band in Magic. He's got, bandstand. He's got it all. And every little fucking kid wants to dress like John Cena with everything. I mean, honest to God, it's like you look at some of these little kids in the audience. They look like mummies. They're all literally. You could take the kid and like blue duct tape and just wrap him up like a fucking mummy. That's what he looks like. Got the blue shirt, the head. I mean, again, what the fuck, man? First off, if I was a parent, I would not do that to my kid. That's bad parenting, first off. But whatever. Teach his own, you know. You want to ruin your kid, seriously, you want to make your kid a spineless little fuck who's going to go to school and be, hey, my kid, he's getting bullied. Yeah, you wonder why. You wonder why. You dress him up like John Cena, you wonder why he's getting bullied. Seriously. Yeah, I don't see the kid with an AJ Styles t-shirt. You take the kid, send him to school in an AJ Styles t-shirt, he ain't going to get bullied. You dress him like John Cena in the little jorts and the little fucking headbands, you send him to school, he's going to get picked on, he's going to get beat up. And rightfully so. Sorry, it is. It's a fact. You can't help yourself. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Whatever. So, yeah, this whole thing with Saudi Arabia, I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I hope to God they have a clause. And I hope they were smart enough, because, again, this is political I mean, imagine if we had gone let's say we went to war with Saudi Arabia or some shit. Like, imagine if this was an Iranian deal. Let's say, you know, Vince and the Iranians, and then we decide to go to war with them. What do you do then? You go over there and do a show in the middle of fucking World War III? Now, as far as I know, we don't really have war intentions with Saudi Arabia just yet. Because the weird thing about Saudi Arabia, especially when it comes to politics, we should go to war with them. We should probably take them out and have a regime change. We probably should do that. But they are playing the game where they're doing their own thing on the side, but they're acting like they're the world puppet. Like, they'll bend with certain things, like America comes up and says, rrr, rrr, they'll be like, okay, but all the while they're still doing their bullshit in the background. Which is what most of these Middle East countries do. You know, we come over there stomping around, thundering around, and they're just like, oh, they stand out of our way, and then we leave, and they go back doing what they do. Same thing here. You know, they're not going to rock the boat. So, I don't know, man. But again, I hope they got some sort of clause, because this does not bode well for a fucking multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar, whatever the fuck it is, stock-traded company. It just doesn't. You can't be associated with that kind of shit. And then if there's backlash... No, granted, they're not going to give two shits about the fan backlash. They don't give a fuck. But yet, certain marketers start pulling out. The advertisers start pulling out because they don't want to be associated with that shit. Well, then guess what? Then you're going to see an actual change. You hit the motherfucker in the pocket, Vince is going to be like, oh, genetic jackhammer, oh. He can be genetic jackhammering all the way to fucking the bank because he ain't got nothing left. Okay. You hit the motherfucker in the pocket, changes will happen. It's that simple. Seriously, it's that simple. Although at this point, they're making excuses for poor ratings because they can't admit the fact that they're producing a shitty show. And, you know, it is what it is. You produce a shitty show, people stop watching, and you're like, well, it's got to be because of football and the basketball playoffs and, you know, whatever. I mean, come on. Come on. You can sit there and blame it on that. But here's a newsflash. When's the last time you had an 8 in the rating? When's the last time you had a 7 in the rating? When's the last time you had a 4 in the rating? Hell, when's the last time you had a 3? Yeah, you topped out around 2. Which, again, I don't understand it, because if you've got a company that while you were catering to 17-year-old to 34-year-old males back in the day, and you were pulling in 8s, and you want to expand that, okay, fine, I can understand that. Let's get grandma involved. Let's get the little kids involved. Fine, you want to go that route. Yeah, you're gonna lose a few. Hell, you might even lose 30% of your core audience. But you're gonna keep a lot of the faithful, like me. You're gonna keep us, no matter what. Well, again, I'm slowly starting to sour on the product more and more, to the point I'm not watching it as much. Okay, so even somebody like me who's got literally nothing to do. Now, other people who've got stuff to do, they're not watching anymore. it seems like if you're going to expand the audience, then yeah, you might lose 30. Hell, you might even lose 40% of your core base. So instead of pulling in, let's say, average maybe around 6 or 7, you're pulling in maybe 4 or 5. Okay, fine. And the few new people who are going to come into the product, old people, kids, etc., they're not going to make up for the people that you lost. They'll make up maybe 10 to 20% of that. Okay, fine. They should still be doing at least 3 to 4. Bare minimum. That's like the weakest that they could do. They should be pulling in realistically probably 5, maybe even 6. Realistically, in the ratings. If their product was better. If they had a really good product, you can have a PG product, but it has to be a really good product. They have a mundane, paint by number bullshit every week, and they wonder why nobody's watching it. It is what it is. It's basic math, it's basic economics. You're not supplying me with the entertainment that I want, I go elsewhere. That's simple. I mean, it's basic economics. You know? It's basic reality. You're not giving me what I want, I go elsewhere. But they don't seem to care. Why? Because you got the blood money from Saudi Arabia. They don't give a fuck. Oh, I just $100 million or whatever the fuck it was. For a 10-year deal. $100 million, $10 million deals, or whatever the hell it is. Again, more or less, whatever. They don't give a fuck about somebody like me. They don't give a fuck about your average viewer who's just fed up with the bullshit. I don't want to see Roman Reigns. You can have Roman Reigns in there. I don't want to see 7 segments with the guy. I don't want to see him in the main event. He is not a main event player. He is a bare minimum, just barely over mid-card. Realistically. You can wish you one hand and crap another. What he presents is barely, and I wouldn't even, and that's being generous, to be honest with you. Somebody like him should be less than mid-card. But I understand WWE wants to push him, so okay, fine. So if you're talking 8 to 10 is your main event, 5 to 6 is kind of your mid-card, he would be probably a 6 or 7. He is not main event. Seth Rollins is main event. Dean Ambrose can sway, give or take. I don't know if he's total main event, but he's 6 or 7 too. But, you know, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's at least 8 or 9. If you're being realistic with yourself. Just what he performs, what he gives, what he portrays on TV. Forget all the backroom politic bullshit. The only reason I give Roman Reigns that high is because of the politics and the bullshit. I know they want him. And I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt by giving him a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. Slightly better than mid-card. To be honest with you, what he presents is not better than most mid-card. If Dolph Ziggler is mid-card, and if Drew McIntyre is mid-card, they're way better than Roman Reigns at every level. They're better on the mic. They just are better in the ring. They're better overall. So if we're being honest with ourselves, the guy is probably realistically a 3 or 4. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. But yet, he's the main event every week. So you got a guy who's legitimately a 3 or 4 who's being propagated every week and getting the push and getting the push and getting the push and getting the push. Yet I don't see Sasha Banks up there. Sasha Banks should be headlining every week. And I know they don't usually give it to women and, you know, stuff like that. But I'd rather see her. I'd rather see her and Bayley every week. They could have her and Bayley every fucking week. That's a match I would watch 100 times. Why? Because the two of them are good. Watching the Shield versus whoever is boring. It's getting boring. It's the same mundane retardation every week. Now, I know I just contradicted myself right there, but I don't care. I don't care. If it's something I want to see, I don't mind seeing it. Now, again, what happens is they got WWE Creative who was like, bleh, and they ruin shit. Like they had that dream match with AJ Styles and what was it? WrestleMania. Oh, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. And you know what they did? They ruined it. They fucking ruined it, and then they gave it to us again, and then they ruined it, and they gave it to us again, and they ruined it, and they gave it to us again, and they ruined it, and ruined it, and they completely took something that was supposed to be really good and fucked it completely all to hell. Yet, then they keep giving us Roman fucking Reigns at the end of the day. Who, like I said, is a 3. He's a 3 at bare minimum best. Maybe 4 if you really think he's a handsome looking man. Maybe that. No, fuck, I'll give him a solid 5. If I'm going to be honest. He's a solid 5. He's mid-card. He's nothing more than mid-card. He is. He's a mid-card player. But yet they're pushing him as the guy. And they wonder why the product is the shit. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. If your product is good, people will watch it. Say, well, what about the football and the basketball and the baseball and the balls and the balls and the balls and the whatever? If your product is good, people will watch it. If your product is good, people will watch it. If your product is good, people will watch it. Back in the day, what happened? They had the Monday Night Wars. They had WCW. They had WWE. I like the WWE. So what I do, I wanted to watch both. So I either recorded one and watched it later, or I switched back and forth. I remember many a night doing that. Why? Because the product at the time was getting better. It was good. I wanted to see it. Both products were good. And they were both on at the exact same time. Again, people will watch it if it's good. If it's garbage, people are not going to watch it. So you can sit there and blame basketball or football or playoffs or whatever. Blame, whatever. But hey, I don't know how to run a multi-billion-dollar company. I can tell you fuck you. I could run a multi-billion-dollar company because you know what? You'd be earning those millions of dollars by actually having a decent fucking product, not hugging with fucking Saudi terrorist asshole sons of bitches. You wouldn't be doing that. You wouldn't need that money. You wouldn't. They could easily be doing 3, 4, 5 in the fucking rating. They choose not to. They want to do mediocre bullshit. And it's disgusting. I guarantee you, if they put NXT on regular TV, it would be doing way better than Raw. And the only reason it's not doing that good is because nobody wants the fucking network. Why? Because you see what you get for free with Monday Night Raw. Who the fuck wants to pay for that? And I'm sorry, their network should be... I don't know what numbers they are. I don't even think they're pushing over 2 million. I don't know the latest numbers, but their network is not as good and is not in the place that it should be. They should be pulling in bare minimum 2 million in the States. Europe, they should be pushing about 4. Japan, again, I don't know what territories it's in, but if it's in Japan, they could be pulling in a good 2 to 4, really, million subscribers. I'd say 2 maybe in a conservative estimate, realistically. And the fact that I don't even think they're doing 2 collective is pretty sad. Now again, I don't know what territory. They may only be in like Europe or like Britain or wherever. In the state, I don't know how many territories it's in, but either way, they should be doing at least 2 million here. And that's not even, that is a literal conservative number, 2 million. They could be pulling in closer to 4 here. Well, I wouldn't go that far, maybe 3. I mean, seriously. You're pulling. Well, actually, that should tell you something, because if they're doing about 2 in the ratings each week, and you don't even have 2 million on the subscription, that's saying something. That means less than the people who are watching are buying your product. That's a problem. Now, a lot of people like me are watching on Hulu, so obviously we're willing to pay for the product on some level. Like I don't want to pay for cable. That's one reason I don't have it. But again, their network should be doing way better than it is. So the exposure to NXT is very limited because people just don't want to buy it. The only people who are buying it are diehard people like me, and we want to see things like NXT. Yet we go to Raw, and it's just complete fucking imbecilic garbage. I don't understand that. It's like they want to cater to brain dead people on Monday Night Raw. But here's the thing, that doesn't promote the product. It just doesn't. It's like, here's just barely enough to get by. We're not even going to put thought and effort into it. In fact, we're going to finish the... Because they don't even have a... Like, okay, today is what, Saturday? You would assume that if Monday Night Raw is coming on live, that they already have the script, they have everything ready, they've got everything... No. They will decide most of the fucking show that afternoon. 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They don't even have the show planned out. That's how stupid it is. Half the time. And they wonder why nobody's watching it. You throw something together half-assed, guess what? People get tired of it. And, I don't know, man. But hey, don't take my word for it. I don't own a billion-dollar company, okay? I just know what I see on TV, and I know what's boring me, and I know what I'm not going to be watching next week. You know? But, you know, hey, I'm just one of those vocal minorities. This the loud vocal minority. Bullshit! The product is garbage. It is. And I understand, you don't give away a lot of the stuff for free, so yeah. I could probably understand that it's mediocre. You put the stuff on TV that's mediocre. But I don't understand it either, because it's like, on one hand I get it, but on the other hand I don't get it, because, yeah, that may be how you did it 20 years ago. But when you're the only game in town, literally, and you've bought everybody else out, and you're the only wrestling promotion at all that's of any interest, then you've got to put on some you know, good programming so that people actually say, hey, I want to watch this. Right now, as a fan, I am embarrassed of the product. I would not tell somebody who is a friend, yeah, you should come and watch this product. Now, back in the day when Stone Cold was around, say, hey, you should come watch this. And be like, yeah, fucking hey. You know, it's great. Oh, yeah, let's go watch John Cena sit there and, you can't see me. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm 40 years old. I don't even know what you can't see me means, which I think is part of the gag. I don't even get it. I don't even get... Like, you smell what the Rock is cooking. I get that. Makes sense. You can't see me. What the fuck does that even mean? Quite frankly, I don't want to see you. But yet I do. Maybe that's the gag. I don't know. I don't quite get the gag. It's just... Whatever. I don't know. Well, like I said, you know, but hey, I wouldn't be associated with fucking murderous, terrorist assholes, but hey, apparently Vince wants to take his company that he built from, you know, took from his father and built up. I mean, seriously, Vince really gives me the shits. I'm sorry, just collectively he's given me the shits lately. Because, listen, I respect the fuck out what he did. Like, he was doing pay-per-view before there was pay-per-view. Dude, seriously, WrestleMania 1 and 2, he was doing pay-per-view before there was even such a thing. The way he was telecasting it from 2 different places, and just, it was insane. The guy was a visionary back in the day. He took the little territorial bullshit, and like, oh, we can't cross over the territories, and we, you know, the Crockett's are over here, and this one's over there, and Vernon Galley over there, and this one, that one, whatever. Vince comes along and is like, fuck that shit. He bought everybody up and like, fuck it. And then went global with it. So now this wrestling has become this global phenomenon instead of this like, oh, well, WWF or whatever at the time, we're going to be this little pocket area in the south, or this little pocket area up in the north. Fuck all that shit. You know, they've got Hogan, we want to get Hogan, and, you know, whatever. Listen, I totally respect what he's done. I dig what he's done. I like what he's done. I don't like the fact that he ran everybody the fuck out of business, so there's literally no competition. So if, for example, somebody doesn't make it in WWE, they've got nowhere else to go. Unless they go to New Japan or some bullshit. Or Ring of Honor or some bullshit. But those are still obscure. They're still not, high level like WWE is. So again, on that level, I don't like that. Because they've got talent there. Like, there was certainly Sandow was a great talent that they did nothing with. People loved him and they did nothing with him. They refused to do anything with him. I mean, I would actually argue that somebody like Rusev is like the next Sandow. In the sense that people got behind him. Maybe not to the same extent. But people got behind him and they're basically doing nothing with him. He's just kind of a mid-card and let's just kind of go with as lackluster as we can. I don't understand that. Put your best foot fuck forward, and I guarantee you people will come back. People will watch. You will get money. The more people who watch, the more sponsors. The more sponsors, the more money. You produce mundane bullshit, people stop watching. People stop watching, the sponsors say, hey, fuck this shit, and they're out. Again, I live here in my house, barely get out of bed half the time because of the spina bifida in my lower back and the fucking bullshit. Can barely even fucking walk, yet I grasp that. I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to some law degree. I don't have any fucking basic concepts other than just I know reality. You put on good products, people will follow. It's that simple. It's that simple. You put on something people want, they will come. Build it and they will come. Or he will come, or whatever the fuck Mandela Effect piece of shit. Fuck that movie. Fuck you. Don't even get me started with that bullshit either. That's a whole other fucking topic for another day. It's frustrating though. Because again, they got so much fucking talent. And then what they do, they had the brand split. And then, we're going to bring the brands back together. And now instead of having a 3-hour pay-per-view, you got an 18-hour pay-per-view. And you got just the top 6 or 7 guys on Raw and the top 6 or 7 on SmackDown. And everybody underneath that is sitting in catering. Now how the fuck is Bobby Roode sitting in catering for fucking bullshit's sake? Again, the man makes it on the Indies. Makes it NXT, was top billing in NXT to the point you couldn't wait to see him every week. I couldn't wait to turn on NXT to see what Bobby Roode was going to do next. He gets called up to Monday Night Raw. You know where he is right now? Fucking catering. He's doing his best matches with some rolled ham and some Swiss cheese. That's what he's doing. Absolute bullshit. Bayley is another one. Former NXT Women Champion. What's she doing now? Jack shit. Oh, we don't know what to do with it. You're fucking creative. Create, motherfucker. Do you realize you could get a handful of YouTube people? And I'm not like a YouTube person. I just do YouTube shit because I'm, just poking around with it. I don't give a fuck. But you could take somebody like me, somebody, and a couple other people in the community, and we could come up with better fucking product within 5 minutes than these clowns do in months, weeks, years. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely insane the amount of talent that they have, that they sit on their hands with. But hey, whatever. You want to pay somebody to sit there and eat food all day? Hey, fucking hey, Vince, hire me. You senile old fuck, hire me. I am a fucking 400-pound piece of shit. I will go and eat your food. I will sit in your catering and I will eat your fucking food. Pay me. Pay me to eat your food. Asshole. I have nothing. I have no talent. Pay me. Honest to God, pay me to eat your fucking food, please. I will be the fucking catering champion. I will eat that roast beef like ain't nobody's business. Those mashed potatoes and gravy, I'll eat that shit the fuck up. Fuck it, I won't even take a plate. I'll just go to the stupid little buffet thing. I'll grab the little cart and I'll move it over to the table and I'll just get a spoon, motherfucker. You're paying people to eat in the fucking lobby. That's what you're doing. Pay me! Pay me! Dude, I could actually use the money. Seriously. I could use a couple extra bucks. Pay me to eat your fucking food. God, it's frustrating, and oh my God, it pisses me off because you got a guy who is so great at what he does, and all of a sudden it's like, who gives a fuck? Who cares if we look like we're hobnobbing with a bunch of terrorist assholes who kill people just because they disagree with them? Yeah, just let's shake hands with some more Saudi assholes and take their blood money and bring Shawn Michaels out of retirement to go over there for these fucking cocksuckers. Yeah, who gives a fuck what it looks like to our product? Oh fuck, who cares? Who cares about the ratings? Who gives a shit about all that stuff? Because ratings don't matter. It don't matter that our top guy is getting booed out of the fucking building each week. Nah, that doesn't matter. How did you go from creating pay-per-view before pay-per-view to, yeah, Roman Reigns is so great that he's getting booed out of the building, but we're going to stick with him anyway because we're that ego-fucking-centric that fuck what they think, fuck what the fans want. The people who watch this shitty-ass product every fucking week, they're getting bored with it. Fuck what they want. You're going to get what we give you. Fuck you. Fuck that bullshit. I mean, seriously. I pay your fucking bills. Fuck your investors. Fuck your stock market. I pay your bills. If you're not entertaining me, I'm going elsewhere. And in fact, I have gone elsewhere. Now, the problem, New Japan, I don't know where to watch that shit. YouTube, maybe? I don't know. TNA? I don't know. I don't know what fucking channel that shit's on. I don't have TV. I don't have cable. I don't know where to see that shit. You know what I got each month? WWE Network. I can go relive the past. Yeah, I might as well. At least that shit was mildly entertaining. Seriously. And here's another problem. Here's another fucking problem. Who have you built up in the last 20 fucking years? Nobody. You've done nothing. You've done nothing. It went from like Stone Cold to fucking numbnut freaking Cena, and that's it. You know who you got else? Nobody. Nobody. Here's the fact. You realize that nobody, you literally have nobody who's a quote-unquote legend. Nobody. No one. There are no legends. Undertaker dies, that's it. I mean, with the exception of like Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and a handful of other people, yeah, they're legends. But you know what? They were part of that other era. The John Cena Cupcake era. Who's a legend? John Cena? That's it. Who else? Who else are you going to bring in? What other legend are you going to bring in? There are no legends. You have created nothing. Since Stephanie McMahon took over in 2002, she has created nothing. Nothing to remember. One guy, John fucking Cena. Oh, well, we got Roman Reigns. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, the guy who gets booed out of the fucking building because he's an exact mirror image of John Cena that we got sick of. Okay, so 10 years from now when you're going to bring all the legends, what legends? What? Who? Who the fuck are you going to bring in? Is there an Edge and Christian of this generation? No. Is there a Mick Foley of this generation? No. Is there a Shawn Michaels of this generation? No. Triple H of this generation? No. Undertaker? Fuck no. You probably could have done something with Bray Wyatt, but you ran him into the fucking ground. Dude, that guy was so fucking over. There was a time when he was so over that the fans were just going nuts with him. And what do? They fed him to John Cena 3 times. They completely ruined him. 10 years from now, what legend of this generation is coming back? Oh, John Cena. John Cena's coming back. Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares. What are they going to bring? Oh, Dolph Ziggler? What they've done nothing with, and nothing against him. He is not even to blame on this. The closest one that you have is Sasha fucking Banks right now. Maybe Charlotte, you could call them legends. Okay, They're the only two, really. And it has nothing to do with Stephanie. It has nothing to do with Vince. It has nothing to do with Raw. It's all NXT bullshit. The only reason they're what they are is because of NXT. Again, 10 years from now, who do you bring in from this generation? Honestly? What? New Day? And people are going to be excited to see Xavier Woods when he's 52? Oh, Xavier Woods coming out of retirement. Not that I like Xavier Woods, don't get me wrong. I like New Day, don't get me wrong. But they're not on the same level as Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're not on the same level as Undertaker. They're not on the same level as Hulk Hogan. If you created a Hulk Hogan, I wouldn't even call John Cena a Hulk Hogan. Although he's probably the closest thing. But again, aside from like 2 or 3 people, what legends are there? You have created nothing. Zero. Nothing. It's so disgustingly disturbing. And you know what happened? Because this happened a few years ago when John Cena got injured. It was around Christmas time. I can't remember. I think it was like WrestleMania 29 or 30 maybe. It was one of them. Where the fucking card was just absolute garbage. And they had nobody but like mid-card. Because they had a bunch of people get hurt. Like major stars get hurt. And they had again, you've built no one up. So if somebody like a John Cena got hurt, let's say Roman Reigns got hurt. Okay, no, they got Seth Rollins. So okay, maybe I could say Seth Rollins would be legend-ish. He's one of the few. Okay, so maybe they got 1 or 2. They got Sasha Banks. Okay, so there's 3. If you count, then Cena, of course, he's obvious. I wouldn't even say Roman Reigns. 10 years from now, people, oh, the legend Roman Reigns. I'm gonna give a fuck. Nobody's gonna care. But again, other than maybe Seth Rollins, no, you got some really good quality talent there that you're doing nothing with. Bobby Roode should be a legend. You're not doing anything with him. Kevin Owens should be a legend. You're not doing anything with him. Braun Strowman would be a legend. He might be. He might be coming up later. He could. So, I mean, but you're talking about like 3 or 4 guys versus an entire. Like, you could. Seriously, if you did like a video game of like legends of, back in the day, you'd have some really good quality shit right there. Anyways, you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm just frustrated. They need to fix their shit, because this whole Saudi thing is an issue, and they need to fix it. And that's all I got to say. Fuck you.